What is up, YouTube? We are back breaking down UFC 321 Thomas Aspinall vs Ciryl Guy. Wow, we have made it originally all the way up until about a few days ago. Was not really that hyped for this card. Thought it was kind of mid for an Abu Dhabi card. Um, didn't think the stakes were as high as some of the previous ones or the ones that are coming up, but something changed. I don't know if it was the Vancouver card being all messed up and hurting my day, or if it just the fact that the event was here. All of a sudden, I am bought into this event. I'm ready. I'm so ready that I'm breaking it down on a Wednesday before the weigh-ins. Very risky move. I will also have to say this: there is a fight where I have changed my prediction from the past few days until now. Um, Yeah, I think today I changed it. I was thinking about it over the past few days. So I did change one of my predictions, so it is not as raw as it should be. However, only changed one. Um, so yeah, we're gonna break it down real quick. The random one of the day, I did it before I hopped on the video. We're doing Verhonga Savannah, warthog hunting. We're gonna go check it out. Actually, I need to see what time they start drinking. Let's see. But yeah, either way, we got such a good card, low key, Abu Dhabi. Somewhat stacked too. It is actually sneaky stacked. It's just not, I don't know, the I think it's like the co-main isn't that good. It's like whatever. I mean, we'll get to it. We'll talk about it and all that. But we gotta see what Warhogs drink. Okay, they're 15 to 18. All right, perfect. So, Warhogs, we gotta change the time. Oh yeah, we gotta change time, no doubt. 14 fights to break down here. Like I said, recording this on Wednesday. Don't know what's gonna happen next 2 days. I feel like there is gonna be a fight that gets canceled. I have a weird feeling. I can't remember the last time 14 fights have went through on a card. I feel like it's been a while. I can double check that. Actually, let's double check that. When was the last time we've had 14 fights on a card? No, I guess actually a few. Oh, no. Actually, yeah. Never mind. Boy, am I tripping. We just had it 2 weeks ago with the Pereira Ankalaev 2, and then Lopez Silva fight night for Noche was 14, and then Poirier Holloway 3 was 14. So you've had three in the past 3 months or so. But yeah, either way, very excited for this one. Let's go over here. Save. View picks. Alright, so. Oh my gosh. This is messing me up. It doesn't want me to win. Jeez. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so first one we got Mizuki Inoue versus Jacqueline Amarim. Um, I'm gonna go with Amarim. Don't know too much about Inoue, but Amarim is sneaky, probably the best prospect at strawweight. I'm pretty sure she's on a finish streak of like 3 or 4 fights. It's like one of the most highest in all of in the whole what's it called? Can't think. UFC. So she's somewhat legit. I think I'm gonna go Amarim, keeping the streak alive. Round 2 sub first round, probably a whole lot of nothing's going to be happening from either's. And then I can see Amarim getting the sub, getting the back, rear naked choke, something like that. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I will be rocking with. Oh, we're gonna go down here actually. Yeah, we're gonna be rocking with Amarim's second round sub over there. On to the next fight. We got. Wait, where am I? I'm all the way up here. Okay, interesting. We got Mitch Raposo versus Azat Maxum. Um, Azat Maxum, I don't think is that good, but I think Mitch Raposo is very overrated. Um, kind of don't even really want to break down this fight, just because this is one of the ones I'm least excited for. I'm glad it's early in the card. I am gonna go with Maxim. I think he's gonna mix it up better, but I'm gonna go by decision. I can see Raposo maybe winning a round in there, but I think it's gonna be Maxim unanimous, no doubt. On to the next fight, we got Chris Barnett versus Hamdi Abdelwahab. Um, Hamdi, I think last time he fought, he almost, or he was on the good side of a robbery. Like I'm pretty sure, it was Jamal Pogues or something. Where he should have lost the fight, from what I remember. From what I was watching, it was one of the worst robberies I've seen this year. One of them. I'm not saying it is the number one, but it's one of them. So I didn't think he looked that well there, but the problem is Chris Barnett is, in my opinion, not really UFC talent, man. I mean, yeah, he throws that wheel kick so fast, especially for a heavyweight, but I don't think that's a good dude thing. Interesting. I don't think Barnett is UFC talent, especially as a heavyweight. If he was able to kind of, cut down, I'd be very curious to see what he'd look at. Actually, I feel like he has fought at 205, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know, I'd be a little more intrigued to see what he looked like at 205. I mean, hopefully 185, but I don't, it's a lot of cut, so, but he is only like 5'9", I think that's the only way I'd genuinely be curious to see Barnett is if he pulled off a Jared Cannonier type move where he just started losing all this weight, going down in the divisions, and essentially just becoming a unit at some point, but a good unit. And for that reason, I'm just gonna go with Abdel Wahab winning off of just the physicality, and I think it's going to be an easy fight for Abdul Wahab as well. So I could see. Oh man. Oh man. Interesting. Interesting. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Abdel Wahab. First round KO here. On to the next fight, we got Jose Delgado versus Nathaniel Wood. Tricky fight. One of the harder ones on this card to predict, if not the hardest. I think there was another one that I had a really tough time going with. This fight, I could see a lot of outcomes. I could see, obviously, Delgado KO. I could see Delgado decision. I can see Wood decision. I can see um, Wood. Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I probably have to pop this guy, don't I? No. I probably should just stuck with the Warhog. If that's a Warhog, I'm gonna try. Okay, it's a hare. But yeah, probably because I've always been hunting what I've spin on the wheel. But level 7 line running from my face, not gonna move. I have to. Like I can't mess around with that type of stuff. So. But yeah, so a lot of outcomes could come into play with this fight. Um, Seeing a lot of people are saying, "Oh, ooh, trifecta, let's go." Look at that, one of the best, man. That's nice. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people were saying Delgado KO. I've seen people leaning Wood. Um, It's tough, dude. Delgado's coming off of that great win against Hyder and Mill a few months ago. That was a really great win against Hyder and Mill, who was also on a streak at the time. Nathaniel Wood, I think, is pretty good. He's also been around for a while now. The experience is definitely on his side. Um, he's very well rounded, too, very technical. Um, I have a feeling that he is gonna be safe or safer in this Delgado fight than some people think. I am going to lean Wood decision. I can see him losing a round, though, like the first round or second round by randomly getting dropped, but frames. Um, where we go next? Should I go up here? I'll try up here. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Wood just based off the experience and the well-roundedness. I do think Delgado is gonna put him in some trouble, but I think Wood's gonna escape and do enough to edge out the other couple rounds. So for that reason, we're rocking with Nathaniel Wood decision. Can't remember who Nathaniel Wood fought last. I want to check, but I also want to keep it raw over here. So we'll skip out on that. Well, on to the next one. We got Walter Walker versus Louis Sutherland. I think the Sutherland guy was supposed to fight like last week or something, or a couple weeks ago, and then his opponent backed out or something. Can't remember who he was supposed to face, but uh, Walter Walker has shown that he is somewhat legit in a depleted heavyweight division. He's on a finish streak himself. I think he has 3 in a row, all subs. I think they all might be leg locks or heel hooks, something like that. Um, I do think eventually Walker's going to run into problems. I don't think it's going to be here, though. I also don't know anything about this Sutherland guy. But I'm going to lean with Walter Walker, second round submission. Um, it seems like there's short notice again for Sutherland. Um, Walter Walker, this actually is short notice for him too, actually, because he was supposed to fight Mo Usman a week or two ago. But Mo Usman had like traces of like something, and I don't know, a whole thing there. So we'll see what goes on with that. But yeah, Walter Walker, second round sub. I don't know if he gets the leg lock again, but I'm just throwing one out there. I'm not seeing this going to decision, so I'm gonna lean with the one guy I do know and have seen before fight, and I'm gonna go with how he usually wins. Safe play. I don't know. Walter Walker, second round sub. On to the next one. We got Abdul Karim Al Zawadi, I don't know, versus Matheus Camillo. Can't remember any of these guys. I can't remember if Camillo was really good or if he was really mid. And then I don't. I remember this guy's name Al Zawadi, but I don't remember his fights. Um, I'm just gonna go with my lack of knowledge here. I'm gonna go Al Zawadi decision or arguably robbery. They're just gonna lean him because it's in Dubai and he's the pride of Palestine, and you know how it goes. But it's more so that I don't know what the heck. It's more so that, oh my gosh, where are these things? Yo, that's not cool. All right, I'm like losing my train of thought, but yeah, it's more so like I don't know either of these guys, so I'm just gonna go with the robbery here. There's always one here in Abu Dhabi, so might as well be this one, right? Oh, I don't want to have my. All right. Yeah. So on to the next one. We got Mateusz Rumbetsky versus Ludovic Klein. Sketchy fight to predict. Was this? This might have been the one that I was like, oh no, wait, hold on. I really don't know what I'm picking here. Let me look up in the rest of the card real quick. The low key, there was a lot of tricky fights to predict on this one, in my opinion. It might have been this one. Um, if Rubetsky wasn't just coming off an insane war against Chris Duncan like 2 months ago, I would be all over the. Oh, there's the Warhog. No. We got more. We got more. Find me a diamond. Find me a diamond. Come on, baby. Yeah, so we'll look a little bit more into that. Yeah, so if Rubetsky was not coming off that crazy war literally just a couple months ago, I'd be all over Rubetsky. Um, Ludovic Klein is very underrated. I do not fault him for a Gamrot loss, even after Gamrot just lost to Oliveira that easily. Um, Gamrot losses, they happen to some of the best, you know. So um, I don't think that really hurt his stock in Ludovic Klein. Um, so like the play would probably have to be Klein, right? It probably would be. I have a weird feeling Rubetsky's knocking him out. A very weird feeling. I don't know how. I don't know why. It was like I said, it was hard to predict. I was like probably thinking about all the things I just said. It should be Klein's decision. It's a safe play here. I'm risking it. I'm going. Oh, I thought I saw another one. I'm risking it. I'm going with Rubetsky flash KO in the first round. It's going to be scenes. He got it done last year in Abu Dhabi against a guy in Orobai. Be very interesting to see if he can do it again. So we'll see what happens with all that. But yeah, I am leaning Rubetsky. Very risky here. Sometimes you got to have some of these risky plays. That's how. Oh, oh, oh. No, I've seen it. Oh, that's a big four. Wow. It's over by my hunting stand. Dang it. I want to see where that four went. Yeah, Rubetsky first round KO. On to the next one, we got Ikram Aliskerov versus Jung Young Park, the Iron Turtle. Can't remember the last time I've seen Park fight. Liskarov just came off a nasty win. I think it was against Andre Muniz, where he just got him out of there quick and easy. And think it'll be a little harder to do that against Park. Durability is definitely better, but I do think Liskarov is on another level than what's his name, uh, Jun Young Park, who's also an underrated middleweight himself, but not a Liskarov. Like a Liskarov, you could argue should probably be in top 15. Outside the Whitaker loss, he is really good, making easy work of these guys. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a mismatch here. I got to go Liskarov, but I do think it's going to be second round KO here. I'm not going with the first round. We're going second round KO. Jun Young Park survives into the second, and out he goes. On to the next fight, we got Nasrat Hakparas versus Quillen Salkeld. I'm gonna go Hakparas decision, unanimous decision, and I'll tell you why. I think this is way too quick of a step up in competition for Salkeld. I do think I'm not even high on the Salkeld train. I'm not. Like, cool, he knocked out Jubilee. Like, cool, he won the fight after that. However, that even ended. I can't even remember. I remember watching it, but not really remember how it went. I think it went to decision. So, what the heck? Trot. I guess I gotta go for the 3. Okay, I'm going for the 3. I gotta get a Warhawk at least. Ah, I blew it. I blew it. Oh, there's another two. Alright, well, we'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, I'm leaning. I'm gonna go Hank Price. I don't think he's gonna finish South Kill though. Like I said, I'm not high on the South Kill train at all. I have a weird feeling though that South Kill's gonna look like decent. People are gonna be like, "Oh, he is like legit. He just needs more time." But I think Hank Price is gonna just probably arguably win every single round, but I could see a swing round in there for South Kill. But I think people are going to be impressed with both these fighters after this performance. Hack Prass decision, who's coming off even though it was a very close fight, he's coming off a win against Esteban Ribovich, who is nasty. One of the most exciting fighters in the sport right now. So we'll see what happens there. On to the main card, we got Alexander Rakic versus Azamat Murzakanov. It's tricky. It's just Rakic does not look the same anymore, man. It's weird. Ever since the ACL tear, it's been a rough go of things, you know. But Murzakanov, he's on quite a streak himself. Somewhat, it's a decent resume, but it's nothing crazy. Like this is a massive step up in the competition, or at least a whole nother level. I just what version of Alexander Rakic am I gonna see on Saturday? And unfortunately, I see him surviving, but I don't see him winning. I am gonna lean Mirzakhanov 29-28 unanimous. Um, it's just I think it's gonna be a bad time to be an Alexander Rakic fan after this one. So we'll see what happens with all that, but not really. A Warhawk up there. Interesting. Yeah, but not really looking forward to. It's a decent shot. It's red brown. Right. See if they're down here. Yeah, so I'm gonna lean for Mirzakhanov decision because I just don't think Rock could just go look the same. Hope I'm proven wrong, but probably not. That's how it goes. Oh, oh gosh. Yeah. On to the next fight. We got Alexander Volkov versus Jailton Almeida. Um, this fight was actually pretty tricky too, because even though Volkov looks insane recently, like arguably the second best fighter in the division, arguably, probably the second, because he did beat Ciryl Guy. Um, even though Volkov looks that good, I could see a Jailton Almeida type giving Volkov issues. So I don't know though, because Volkov's IQ looks pretty decent as of recently, especially, and I don't know. Can I trust Almeida to not gas out, to actually advance position on the ground, get him down even? I don't know. But can I also trust Volkov to stay on his feet most of the time? Because who knows what he's going to look like on the ground with Almeida? I don't know. However, I'm going Volkov third round KO. I think Volkov, the skills, just starting to become somewhat well rounded. He's going to give a lot of issues to Almeida, I think. Um, and it's going to set up the rematch with Tom, which is kind of crazy. It's a fight that, well, hold on. Well, we don't even know who's going to win the next fight between Aspinall and Gone. If it's Gone, actually, you got to do the Gone Volkov trilogy. Settle it. They probably won't do that, but that'd be intense. Um, but yeah, I think Volkov, like I said, is arguably the second best fighter in the division. I think this is going to be somewhat. I think it's going to be easier than people think. I think Almeida's going to struggle, or Almeida might get him down, hold him there first round, gas out, and then Volkov puts on him for the next couple rounds before eventually finding that KO to a gassed Almeida in the third. That's why I'm rocking Volkov by third round KO. Just gotta get over here. Yeah, on to the next fight. We got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Batista. Mario Batista coming off the Patchy mix win, win mix. Coming off the Patchy mix win. Uh, he looked decent in that. You know, I mean, granted, like, Mix was a stationary target the whole time, but, you know, landing some nasty straights, body kick was there, it was all day. Um, it was legit, you know, so that was cool. Um, it's tough, man, because Umar, even though he lost to Marab, and even though he only has one ranked win, he's pretty solid. He's pretty good. He's arguably the best fighter, second best fighter in the division. He's not the best, obviously, but he's probably the second best, honestly. Um, and for that reason, I do have to go Umar decision. Um, even if Bautista is good and does like just enough to beat him, they're never gonna give Bautista that win over there in the UAE. That just won't happen. Like Bautista's only way of winning is knocking him out. Only way. We literally just saw what happened when another Nurmagomedov has fought in Abu Dhabi a couple weeks ago with the Paul Hughes win, lost or whatever. I didn't see the fight, saw a lot of people break it down. Um, it's bad, really, really bad. So I can only imagine it's going to be the same thing over here. So Mario Bautista, if you're smart, just go out there. You got to try to finish him. That's the only way. Don't even try to point fight and just say, hey, I made it to the decision with Nurmagomedov. It doesn't make any sense. Um, if I'm Bautista, I'm trying to. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh, okay. Oh, wildebeest. Okay, I thought they were warhogs. All right, that messed me up. Um, yeah, if I'm Bautista, you got to get the finish. You have no other way. Like they will not give it to you. Like he needs to be smart in that regard. Obviously, big risk. Like you're never gonna obviously want to always put all on the line and almost get finished when stakes are that high. But at the same time, know where you're at. Know the game you're playing. That's how you got to get through with this type of stuff. So, um, I'm going Umar decision. I do actually think that Umar will win, though. I'm just saying, though, if it is close, they're never going to give it to Bautista. Like, Bautista would have to absolutely school him, which I doubt. Like I said, I think Umar is that good. I think he's somewhat overrated, but I also do think he's arguably second best fighter in division, if not the best, second best. I think him or Jan kind of takes that spot with O'Malley being like right there as well. But I think Umar's going to get 130-27, 229-28. I can see also 230-27s and 129-28. I can't see all three scoring it the same, but I can see all three giving it to Umar. So we'll see how that goes. On to next fight, we got the co-main event, the vacant strawweight championship. Mackenzie Dern versus Verna Jandaroba. Insane scenes. Jeez, that's sketchy. I don't want to. I don't want to go anywhere near that. Oh yeah, I do not want to go near that. Sketchy. This, outside of me being excited for Virna fighting and finally getting her chance at the belt, this fight is probably gonna be so bad. Um, I'm going Virna decision. But now that I'm thinking about it, I low-key want to change it to a Virna finish of some sorts. I could just see her absolutely mauling Mackenzie Dern. Mauling her. Like, literally looking like female Marab out there. And then people are just going to be so pissed. UFC, Dana White's going to be pissed off in the fucking corner. And it's going to be absolutely awesome. And Virna is going to be champion. But like, I'm gonna stick with decision. It is somewhat of a safer bet here. I don't think Virna has very many finishes. Um, so I'm gonna rock with. Oh, could go up there. I'm gonna rock with Virna decision. I can see one. No, I don't know if she wins all five. Actually, I could. I could see 50-45, 249-46 is something like that. On to the main event. Thomas Aspinall versus Ciryl Guy. This fight shouldn't be close, but boy, am I nervous now that we're actually here. So much is on the line. Literally, so much is on the line. There is absolutely a chance that Ciryl Guy can win this. Now that we are closer. I shouldn't be thinking that after seeing that Volkov rematch. I shouldn't be thinking that after seeing the pain and suffering I went through with Ngannou, with the Ngannou loss and the Jones loss. However, it is still absolutely possible. This will probably be, no, this is definitely the best striker that Aspinall has ever fought. Footwork is going to be nasty on the Ciryl Gane side, obviously. But actually, I don't know though, because Jones made that footwork look fucking trash. So maybe not. However, this was the fight where I changed my prediction. Originally, I had Aspinall second round KO. I worry. So much is on the line. If Aspinall loses, John Jones is on Twitter. John Jones talks White House even more. There is a world where this could happen. And then Alex Pereira would move up because we all know he's afraid of Aspinall to fight Ciryl Gane. Alex Pereira would beat Ciryl Gane in about March, probably. Alex Pereira then faces John Jones in June. Actually, that is a lot, but that could happen, potentially. What I changed my prediction to, though, with all these circumstances, is Aspinall first round sub. After seeing the grappling exchanges from the Volkov rematch, the Ngannou fight, and the John Jones fight, I can never trust Ciryl Gane in the grappling. My biggest concern with this is Tom Aspinall going to stand on the feet, gas out, maybe even get clipped himself, even though Gane does not have power. Or Gane throws something unorthodox, like a spinning elbow or a 6-12 elbow or something crazy. Like, this could happen. Tom Aspinall's by far his biggest downfall is his durability, but which is weird to say because he does eat a lot of shots, but I don't know how many more shots you could take with your chin wide open in the air and at heavyweight. He's eating flush shots from Pavlovich. Who else? Other fighters have clipped him. Like Curtis Blades has clipped him with some decent shots, but he just doesn't get phased. So it's crazy. Like Aspinall is that good that even though his durability is pretty decent, it's still his worst. It's his weakness. But that's just how that goes, I guess. But I am banking on Tom Aspinall's IQ and ability to essentially get him down Not waste any time, sub him. I'm not trying to get too picky. Do it in less time than Jones did it, because that would just be absolutely hilarious. But either way, I don't even try to go for that though. If I'm Aspinall, I'm getting my reads early. I am going to try to shoot pretty early just because Gon's grappling awareness is not that good, and I don't really trust his takedown defense. Blast double should suffice here. Something crazy. But we'll see what happens with all this. I mean, it should be a good card. I'm very nervous about that main event, even though Aspinall should run through him. It was the same thing with the Deporia and Holloway thing last year. Same year, same time of year. Abu Dhabi card towards the end of the year in October. Even though I was very confident in Taporia, there was like a little part of me that was like, oh, dude, there's a sick world where Holloway could win, and then what do you do with Volkanovski, who deserves an immediate rematch? And it just would have messed up everything. And in my opinion, this would absolutely mess up everything. Um, Even though it looks like Jones is not coming out of retirement to fight Aspinall, that'd only be a Pereira thing, and it looks like Pereira is afraid to fight Aspinall and is only looking for the Jones thing. So a lot is on the line like last year with this. Hopefully Tom can get it done. That would be scenes. It'd be awesome. I wouldn't be, that'd be awesome, you know. But we'll see what happens. But other than that, YouTube, it's been so real. Not so real, like Ciryl Guy, but like so real. Hopefully, we won't make a lot of money. Hopefully, nothing gets canceled, otherwise, it might hurt this video. But either way, YouTube, it's been real. We'll see you later.